Greetings, esteemed collectors and appreciators of posable plastic. It's your brother King Ape back again with another action figure discussion. And today we will be taking a look at Black Manta from McFarlane Toys from the Page Puncher series, which is in the same universe as the DC Multiverse figures. The only difference is these figures come with a collectible comic book. So I just want to take some time to take a look at not only Black Manta, but over the next few days, I'll be taking a look at Aquaman, Ocean Master, and Aqualad as well. So I will give you guys a thorough look, and we'll just sit back and take and appreciate the artistry that goes into these action figures. Todd McFarlane has been in the action figure statue game for a long time. He's had some highs and a few lows, but mostly highs. And this is one of his highs, I would say. This is a more modern take on Black Manta, which I can appreciate. Hopefully he'll do a more classic one in the future, but for now we have this one to gawk over. Of course, I'm going to give you guys a look at the packaging. Black and white. On the back, we have a picture of the comic, a picture of the figure, and some foreign language. Whoever speaks those languages, I'm sure they can let us know what that says in the comments, please. Here's the other side. Bottom, if you guys want to purchase, here's the code for that. And the top for anybody that cares. Let's take him out of plastic solitude. We'll put the box to the side for now. So we have figure and comic. So we'll take a look at the comic real quick. There's his trident. Well, actually it isn't a trident. It looks kind of like one, but it doesn't have the three prongs. So here's the comic book that it comes with. DC. I'll just take it out real quick. Very nice. Very nice. On the back, interior. Jose Luis did the pencils. Sean Ryan's the writer. Me being a fellow artist, I can always appreciate good pencils. I've been reading comics for a very long time. But yeah, that's some really stellar artwork. I think it kind of goes along with the theme of these figures. So I believe each book is going to have the main, that figure, that's going to be the main character of that comic. So it comes with a collectible card. And on the back, it has his name and some other descriptions. His name is David Hyde, but you guys can go on Wikipedia or the DC Comics website probably and dig even deeper and get more information and knowledge on this character. Here's the trademark stand that Todd McFarlane puts with all of his figures. Just kind of a matte finish, flat, and you know, you can put your figure on there and stand them up, or get your own type of stand. It's up to you. Let's get to the star of the show, Mr. Black Manta himself. Excuse me. Excuse me again. All right. Let's see. Here he is. Wow. Very nice. Seems like the line of figures from McFarlane keeps evolving. They're steadily progressing in the right direction, just getting all of the articulation down. The ball joints were an issue for me before, right here, where it used to just be a very plain ball, and it looks like now they've gone into the realm of actually sculpting them to match the character design. I think that's a good idea. It really looks a lot better, and you can see here they're actually kind of hidden where they used to protrude a lot more early on. So that's a good thing. Let's just take a look at them real quick. Working on my angles, guys. Trying to get my camera work down a little bit better. here's his weapon of choice. He comes with these long side blades. They're a little bent out of package, but the hot water treatment and then under cold water, you can get those to straighten out a little bit better. Wow. One thing I can say about Todd McFarlane and his team, I know Ty Butler is one of, I don't know if he's still with them. I hope he is. Ty Butler he does a lot of the photography and designs and sculpting. He's pretty amazing. And let's see, here's the back. But the sculpting, man, I mean, all the textures, all the layers, the mechanics, everything. You can tell this figure, a lot of TLC was put into creating this figure. And that seems to be the theme with McFarlane. He really prides himself in the details. He may not always get the articulation right. He may not always get the proportions right, but I think he's definitely taken a step in the right direction with looking at this. The body symmetry looks pretty good from an anatomy standpoint, where his arms, they're supposed to come just about mid-thigh. The average human being, their hands come right about here. So overall, his shelf presence will definitely be bar none. I mean, he's one of those guys you got to put him out front. So let's take a look at the head sculpt here. Wow, look at that, man. I mean, that right there is quality. Looks really good. Kind of a matte finish. And I like that. There's not a lot of gloss on him. But there's his head sculpt. So let's get into some articulation, shall we? And then so his arms, he gets the T pose. He looks mean like that, man. He's giving me Predator vibes, kind of. T pose. Also, you have the butterfly joint, which now with the butterfly, I call them butterfly cups. They're sculpted. You can see some sculpting in there now, whereas the older figures used to just have a round, smooth cup in there. These have texture, especially you can see it back here. I think that's awesome that they're doing that. they're really stepping it up, man. And so get a bicep swivel. The shoulder piece is attached to the the mid part of the bicep, which I'm fine with because that allows for more range. So you get a good bicep swivel there. Double hinge elbow, which looks really good on both sides. Looks real good, real smooth. Okay, hinge. Looks like he has the roll of the dice hinge for the left hand. And he also has that for the right hand, which when you have these type of weapons, when you're wielding those type of weapons, you want to have that type of articulation in the wrist. For the waist, upper ball connection. So he ball at the upper torso, lower torso ball connection. He gets pretty good, pretty decent range bending over. Bending back, way more. I think I forgot to go over the head. So let's go up to the head. Head moves down about that much. Head moves up about that much. Pretty good range. The hoses back here are soft and flexible plastic, so that doesn't hinder the head movement. He can make a lot of good head gestures. Kind of adds character to him. Lower abdomen area. Twist, twist. Really good. Show you back here. Really smooth. Just a nice figure. Silver details all back here. Looks really good all around here. Just a lot of great sculpting that has been done. Get down to the legs. He gets pretty decent range. A pretty decent kick forward. Not so much back because of the padding, the plastic here around the buttocks or the butt. So he can't kick back that far. I wish he had more range in the legs. But I mean that's pretty fair. Double hinge knee. Looks really clean, especially from the front. That looks real good. Not a lot of gappage. Not much in the thigh swivel. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. But I mean, I can live with that. Get down to the feet. Down that much. Up that much. Thigh swivel. Ankle pivot. About that much. And toe bend. About that much. So there he is, you guys. Black Manta. I think these are removable. So if you want to display him without his forearm blades, you can do that. You can have him instead with his trident. He doesn't hold it the best, but I mean, he holds it decent enough. If you want to kind of have him, oh man, that hand is really rigid. It isn't a soft plastic, so be careful when you're putting this in. But you can kind of have them holding it like that. You know, in a leaping type position. I wish they had given them extra hands so you could kind of have him with a little more personality with his poses. But that's pretty good. Just to give you guys an idea. And so real quick now, we will do some size comparisons with some figures that kind of scale or that are in that 7-inch scale realm. So I'll put these back on. And we'll get into the size comparisons, and then I will let you wonderful people enjoy. The rest of your time. So I put Thylaug here from the Gargoyles. See how he scales. And then here's King Grayskull. And I forgot to do the height, so let's do the height real quick so you guys will know how tall he is. So Black Manta comes in just at 7 inches. He's right at the 7-inch mark. And King Grayskull is just under 7 inches, just after 6 3/4. So he's taller. Thylaug is definitely taller. And just to have a female here for comparison, I brought in Tila to see how a female character would scale with Black Manta. So yes, he's definitely a cool figure and has some good little pops of color. You know, Black Manta never really had a lot of color on his costume, but I like the little, you know, the glossy red for his eyes, and you know, the little pops of silver. So it's a nice little touch. And overall, I like the figure. Like I said, you know, I this channel is just to appreciate and discuss action figures and just kind of sit back and enjoy the space of collecting and the sculpting and the artistry, the paint and all the details, articulation that goes into these little mini plastic pieces of art. So that's it. And you guys tune in for the next discussion, and be sure to tap the like button, subscribe, and tap the bell notification to stay up in the know of the newest uploaded vids to this channel. Also, feel free to leave a comment, but keep it classy, a little bit sassy. And until the next session, love, peace, and plasticness.